Hello, everyone. My name is Richard Weil, and I'm the CEO and owner of National Restaurant Consultants. And welcome to our NRC Helpful Moment number 11. And today we are joined by special guest, Mr. Daniel Ramirez, who is the Director of Business Development and Operations for Los Dos Potrillos restaurants in the south suburbs of Denver, Colorado. And Daniel, welcome. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, Brian, Richard. It's a pleasure.
And also joined by Brian Devine, President of Top Line Management. And so today, Daniel, we're going to spend a few minutes together and talk a little bit about how are things going and how are you doing with your staff and keeping everybody going at Los Dos Potrillos.
Perfect. No, great.
So what are you all doing during these difficult times to manage through this?
It's been crazy. What I'd like to tell people, 2 weeks ago, overnight, we lost 240 employees. As a company, we have 4 locations. We employ close to 300 employees, and we lost the majority of them. But for the most part, we didn't know what we were going to do. Of course, it was the unknown. Things were constantly changing day in and day out by the hour. And, one thing that we kind of said to ourselves is we're not going to be defeated with this. And we want to continue being able to be that comfort food for so many families and continue employing as much as we can while abiding by the health code regulations and making sure that we're keeping everyone safe. All of our team members, were on board right from the beginning. My family and I were on board right from the beginning. We said, let's figure this out. We ended up changing our operations. In 6 days, basically, we opened up 4 new restaurants. That's how it felt like. We were a full service sit down restaurant, of course, and we ended up changing it to Los Dos Potrillos Express. We do curbside takeout, to-go orders, and a walk-up window. And we've been able to do really well with that for the most part.
So I'm very aware of the success that you've created in terms of meeting the needs of the community, your staff, your employees. You've been very conscious about not just what you do for Los Dos Potrillos, but you've also been helpful for other restaurants in the marketplace. So maybe you could expand a little bit about some of the things you're doing there as well.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, we're all in this together. Everybody in this entire world, literally. Colorado, we're born and raised here. There's multiple other restaurateurs that are struggling and so on and so forth. We've had a really good following on our social media pages. We have about 6,000 on Facebook, 5,000 on Instagram, so about a total of 11,000 that we get to reach out organically. And what we've been doing is, visiting some restaurateurs to grab a quick bite to eat for lunch or for dinner, and telling people to go check out and help other small businesses. Even if it is another Mexican restaurant, even if it is another competitor, so on and so forth. Right now it's not about that. It's about being able to help each other out at a time of need and so on and so forth. And at the end of the day, yes, we're in the same industry, but we're, like I said, we're all in this together.
That's amazing. Brian, you want to ask Daniel a question or two?
Yeah, Daniel, thank you so much for taking the time and sharing this information with us. The thing that I really want to know is, obviously Richard and myself, we're trying to support this industry and you're in it. What in your opinion and your thoughts can we or should we be doing to help more, to be more of a support to everybody in this industry right now?
No, that's a great question, Brian. I think one of the biggest things when it comes to, I think what everyone's saying is tipping well for the employees that are out there, and they're to a point risking themselves as well. They're interacting with a lot of people as well, and they're making sure that if they feel crummy or feel sick, they have to stay home, and they're not taking any chances of that. And I think a lot of people are still going out. And I guess being able to adapt to the new changes for the next couple months, that's the biggest thing is, we don't like change. People don't like change in general. But being able to adapt and say, you know what, I'm going to go pick up, instead of going out to dinner, picking up dinner and bringing it home. Being able to still have dinner around the dinner table. And that's what we did actually a week ago. We did a video on basically reenacting how a family would pick up the food from our location, bring it back home, mom hugs dad, kids sit around the dinner table, and then they end up FaceTiming a family friend. And that's kind of to the reality we live through right now. It's still bringing families together around the dinner table, but from a distance.
Oh, I love that. That's actually, we even talked about that in an NRC Helpful Moment, that please do that. How did people respond to that?
Yeah, people responded to it really well, and we got a lot of great feedback on it as well because we're not running away from reality. We're facing it right front to front. We can't be hiding and say, oh, maybe it's going to get better tomorrow. Maybe it's going to get better tomorrow. No, we have to accept it, grab onto it, and flow with it. It's the same way we would promote our business in any other way. If everything was completely perfect and things were running well, let's take some great photos, let's promote it here. But now, since everything is takeout and at the house and so on and so forth, so let's promote our food as a takeout container, as at the dinner table and everything like that, because we live in that reality right now.
And I know one thing you are doing, and just make sure people understand, you are really practicing social distancing.
Oh, 100%.
All four of your restaurants with the consumer, with the guests.
100%.
You might have the walk, you have the takeout, you're texting people, you bring the food to them, you're practicing social distancing. If you do have people walking up, you're requiring them to stay apart from each other. And you're doing the right social components of stay in place.
Yeah, totally. And I can just go a little bit off of that, Richard, is, what we noticed at our Centennial location, it's the neighborhood spot. And people were always used to, walking up and so on and so forth. They didn't understand, hey, you got to call. So that's why we did a walk-up window, and we did our pager system. So whenever someone comes in, we put a pager system in a baggie with our gloves on. We give it to the person, tell them, hey, go wait in your car, we'll buzz you. And when they return it, we sanitize it, remove the baggie, and then put a new baggie in, so for the new person to come up and grab it. So that's, we don't want them, hanging out in front of the restaurant, so on and so forth. Go hang out in your car. We'll buzz you right when your food is ready.
Right. So it's a great piece. Lastly, anything else you could think of, Daniel, that you want to share with the hospitality industry? Because this is being broadcast all over the U.S. and North America.
I think at the end of the day is what I said is accept the adaptation. We have to adapt to what we are right now. And, all of us are restaurateurs, and all of us know that this industry is hard. But we love this industry, and we've had a lot of difficult times, but this is definitely the most difficult time, is to continue staying strong and continue fighting that fight. Because at the end of the day, we've all been there and, dragged down, tired, worn out, but this doesn't last forever. And I know it's not going to last forever. So adapt what you can adapt and push through this, because, we're all going to get through this, and it's going to be okay.
That's outstanding. And Brian, one last piece I'd ask you to share is that there's $10,000 out there literally for the asking. If you'll just listen to Brian real quick, get a piece of paper. We're going to put this link on our website tonight in our Facebook. It's really important because that $10,000 grant money, you can apply for it today and do it today.
Yeah, get on this right now. My CPA just confirmed that it is live. So go to covid19relief.sba.gov, and that will start the process. And it is a truncated process. They're not asking for a lot of details. So this could be done in about 15 minutes. And it is to get the $10,000 now.
And
you actually put
right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, you actually put your bank account information in there. So I want to make sure you have the correct link, because there are a lot of people that are going to be scamming right now. So make sure you have the right link and you don't put your information into the wrong accounts. All right. So that's huge. So we'll make sure the link is there. Like I said, it did come from my CPA, so it has been vetted. And I went through the process. It took me about 15 minutes, and hopefully we'll be able to get that money really fast.
And most of that money, in most cases, not 100%, most cases that will become forgivable. Or if it does convert into a loan, it's going to be under 4% in a very long-term basis. But again, most of that's pretty available to all small businesses, which is pretty much everybody that we're reaching. If you're less than 500 employees and per location, you qualify. So that's it for now. Daniel Ramirez, we can't thank you enough for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody, we wish you health and safety, and bye for now. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.